There are quite a few ways of planning. There's a number of ways to approach planning, but the one that I like the most is the use of methodologies and frameworks. Let's have a look. Okay, so we're looking at a definition here, and the definition for a methodology is a set of principles, tools, and practices which can be used to guide processes to achieve a particular goal. A framework is a loose but incomplete structure which leaves room for other practices and tools to be included, but provides much of the process required. Okay, so I don't want you to get too hung up on whether something is a methodology and something is a framework. You're going to find a lot of that happening when you get out there and start looking at the different methodologies and frameworks there are. Sometimes there'll be some discussions that say, well, Scrum is supposed to be a framework and not a methodology, and vice versa. To be honest, it doesn't really matter what it is. The idea is that you're able to use it for what you need to use it for. That's the idea. Okay, so that's what is important. You take the methodology or the framework and you apply it to your particular project management situation. Does it work? The debate whether or not is a framework and methodology is neither here or there at that particular point. Okay, some of these are the more common frameworks and methodologies that are out there right now. So I have a separate course that deals with frameworks and methodologies, so don't worry too much that I haven't gone into a lot of detail. What I'm trying to point out to you is that these methodologies and frameworks can be used as a planning tool, because what they do is that they help you to break your project up into different phases. And once they've broken the project up into different phases, within those phases, you will be given guidelines, you'll be given suggestions as to, well, this is what should be happening within this phase. And then with most of these methodologies and frameworks come suggested templates and suggesting activity that you need to be carrying out within that particular phase. So can you see why that it's a very valuable tool when it comes to planning? So if you come together as a team, you've got your team together, you understand what it is you're trying to achieve. One of the very first things that you need to be agreeing on is what methodology and what framework are we going to use. If you understand that and you agree on it, you can immediately begin to put a very high level project schedule together, because you understand what you need to be doing, when you need to be doing it, and how you need to be doing it. And the reason why I personally really do think that frameworks and methodologies are very good when it comes to planning is that they're tried. These ones that we're looking at have been tried and tested over the years. Now, as time is going on, different suggestions are being made to tweak them. Different insights are being brought about to say, well, let's do this thing a bit differently. But still, fundamentally, these methodologies and frameworks can be relied upon at least as a starting point. With most of these methodologies and frameworks, they have detailed processes, activities, and templates, detailed enough for you to begin to plan your project in a way that will bring you to a good place. And then lastly, once you've got that structure, once you've got a sense of, well, this is what I'm going to be doing in this phase and this phase and this phase and this phase, you can very easily then lift that and put it into a schedule. Okay, so this is why I believe frameworks and methodologies are very good when it comes to planning.